What is the ick?
So, from my understanding, and I try to be as hip as I can, and
You're super
I'm
hip.
gonna play to you and the camera. Who do I
Yeah,
play
yeah.
to?
No, both. Yeah,
Okay.
play the camera. Don't worry about me.
From my understanding, from my 42-year-old geriatric understanding, the ick is minute little things that can make a new partner that you're dating currently, or you're going on dates, or you're starting to see, or even been married to for a long time. The ick is something that just immediately, it's a tiny little thing, tiny little quote unquote red flag, but also not a red flag that makes the attraction immediately cease.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's a good way to put it. Yes. So you guys know, I don't know if you know this, Raz. The ick was first coined by Ally McBeal. By Ally and Ally
Oh, I did
McBeal
not
in
know
the
that.
1990s, which again tracks because Gen Z's obsessed with the 90s.
Right.
So I'm like, yep, of course you would bring that back.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yes, it's exactly what you said. And it's basically like um, something someone does in a romantic relationship that makes you cringe. It's more than a turnoff. It literally shuts you off.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, a psychotherapist, Gurpreet Singh, says it's more than doubting that you want to be with someone, it's repulsive.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
it's
it can happen at any time.
anytime. And some of these on the internet are just insane. Like the reason it's funny, the reason the ick is like a thing is because it's partially, I mean, a lot of it's played for laughs and for influence and for clout and jokes and likes. But some of these are like, my husband gave me the like, I follow this account. I texted it
Yeah,
to you. I
you
don't know if you saw,
sent it to me.
but it's
It's
called
called
the guy with the notes. And it's he literally goes in his iPhone notes and he's got a list of like thousands. He just goes through TikTok, and any girl who's like the ick, he just goes through and he's like, do not do this. Do not. One ick was like, he's too close with his mom and he cared about her. And is like, so he goes to his notes and you just see the previous ones. And he's like, stop caring about your mom.
Yeah,
One
it's
of them
called
was
the
like
ick
the ick
list.
list. And it was one of them's like one of them is my husband gave me the ick because he prefers the wine over beer. And it's like, what do we what in what world are we living in? And this is the whole thing too, is it's like rolling up my sleeves, taking my gloves off. Uh Women have lost all sense of the plot. And I'll say
Why do you
that.
say that?
And I'll say that. And I'm gonna look at the women watching this. Y'all
Do it,
and
do it.
part of this is in jest, obviously, but also the internet is like, men are simple. Tell us we're funny, be kind to us, tell me you like Batman, and whatever, that's it. You know what I mean? Like I can, I have no problem. I'm an addict. I have no problem being addicted to a person. But when you flip flop from wanting equality and not equality, and then you get mad, you get the ick when the guy doesn't open the door or doesn't ask you to text him when he gets home, or asks to split the bill, or you get mad at, like I said, you're sick of toxic masculinity and men not being vulnerable. But we can cry in front of our friends and we can tell our guy friends we love each other. But then if you cry in front of a woman, that's an ick, and you're not a man. It's insane
Tell
how.
tell me how you really
Yeah,
feel.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
tell you in a minute. I'm just priming the audience for this, as you say, opinionated man. Um, and look, a lot. Men are the problem as well, obviously, right? Like I have my own issues, and men have their own problems. But when we're talking about like the yicks, a lot of it is a female-driven narrative of why it's popular. Like the yick is popular because of women. It's like women math and boy math, right? Like it's creative. Women are funny. Women on the internet and on TikTok are some of my favorite content creators just because they're funny. They can be really, really funny when they want to be.
'Cause
But
we're cat-like, we're very bitchy.
very bitchy. And also when it comes to women on women, it's very, very funny. But it's also can also turn into this apocryphal type of dialogues or type of narratives. If that makes
But
sense. Does that make sense?
I am gonna push back a little
Am I
in
making sense
yeah,
though?
yeah,
Without being
100%.
too
You're making sense, totally making sense. I think the term "ick" is more used by women, but I think the concept of ick, if we think about it, there was an entire 9-season show that the ick was probably the basis of that show.
What show was that?
Which comedy is the longest running comedy, one of the longest running sitcoms?
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld. What was this? One of
Man
his big
hands.
man
Yeah, yeah,
hands.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
Man, like all of Seinfeld was about the ick. It
Right.
was like they fell in love with somebody, they saw
Yeah.
somebody, they were perfect, and then one thing
Yeah.
that they did, it repulsed them so much that their neuroses came out.
Right.
They could not stop OCDing over that one or obsessing over that one thing that this person did or
Right.
has or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And
Right.
like, so as much as we say it's a
Man hands.
female
Sure.
driven thing, I think we talk about it more openly.
Right.
But I think dudes also partake in the ick
I will
and
definitely
have an ick list.
I mean, it's an interesting thing.
Guys break up
Yes.
with chicks because of their laugh. Don't look
Listen.
look at this face.
Yes,
You've
but
done
listen.
it.
But listen.
But everybody, but that's an
because
ick.
that's our superpower.
What?
Our whole thing is to be funny. And if your laugh is if you have a weird laugh when we're making you laugh, like that's guys love nothing more than to be the funniest person in
But
the
the
room.
point is, the ick isn't it's not a objective truth.
Sure.
It's a subjective
Right.
truth, right?
100%,
So like a laugh is
individualized.
like to somebody else, that laugh is so cute.
Right.
But to a dude,
Right.
that laugh is
Yeah.
enough to go like, I'm gonna have to hear that every
Every
time I
I'm
say
being
a
funny.
joke.
I know.
Like, forget it.
It's
You
gonna-
know?
You used to be funny. Why'd you stop being so funny? Because your laugh sucks.
Yes. I mean, guys, like, listen, there are tons of icks that guys
Yes.
have, right? That are like, oh, the way somebody's nails
Yeah.
are, the way somebody, and a lot of time it's much more on the physical, I would
right,
say,
right.
attributes.
Yeah.
Whereas girls are much more like,
I mean, yes, and 100% I
Yeah.
agree with you. It's definitely men are just the problem as much as I'm obviously, I play for jokes and all that stuff, right? But men are as big of a problem. I mean, it's a 50-50 thing. Like men and women are both the problems. Like it's not one or the other. I will say on my regard, men can be I also think men can be what's the word? Un un
apologetic.
no, like underrated, not underrated, but
Uh-huh.
like men can be like you said, it's mostly about the looks, but also I see a lot. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are with non traditionally because of their person, like they're funny, they're talented, their personality,
So
and
they're with,
I think there's a lot of I think men can be construed as, oh, they only want to date a hot 22-year-old or a hot 23-year-old. I think men can be just as generalized as women can be
Yeah.
generalized in some things. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of men, a lot of looks a lot of men don't even, looks is the fourth thing on the list. A
Yeah.
lot of it is kindness and understanding and, finding them funny or, uh, how they treat others, I think, then looks comes into play. Look, I've gone out with very attractive women.
Yeah.
And I've hung out with very attractive women. And I've seen very attractive women from afar. And speaking of icks, you can just see they're not fun to be around.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and check out our next one. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for more amazing dating, love, and relationship advice from me and so many expert guests. Follow us on socials. We're at Kinda Dating across the board. I'm Natasha Chandel, so you can find me too if you like. And join our newsletter on www.kindadating.com for lots of exclusives. See you soon.